Hello, my name is Ethan Mark. I'm late, but let's talk about this. I want to react to this WrestleMania video about why fans, WWE fans or wrestling fans are losing faith in WWE. Now, there's so many things that happen in this past couple of months, especially with the debut, with the WWE debut, Raw, especially on Netflix, and so many turns, so many things happen like to this to happen basically things. And now currently a lot of people do not love or do not like how WWE booking especially. And then there's a recent the recent releases, and then there's some currently like the factual truth or just the truth that like they bring new talent while they releasing some like the main roster one. So let's see how WrestleMania explain why fans are losing faith. Let's start the video.
Are fans losing faith in WWE? Over the past week or so, the landscape in WWE has dramatically changed. From a negatively received Royal Rumble to WWE releasing a plethora of names, fans are starting to question the
Yeah, the releases one I just don't understand because they have like show for 2.5 hours and it's for Raw basically, and that they have like this time for put a lot of stars or just put some matches. It could be random, but it could create story in the for the future. Same as SmackDown. SmackDown is for 3 hours. Like they could put this talent there, and then there's like the roster shakeup where some talent goes to Raw and some talent goes to SmackDown. It's just a lot of things that happen, and then the booking and ended up just being weird. But let's listen to more.
direction WWE are going in as a company, and this is unprecedented when it comes to the Triple H era. So what exactly is going wrong? Are the fans truly losing faith in WWE's booking? Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell
Yeah,
for daily
subscribe to
wrestling
WrestleMania.
videos and follow us
Shout
on
out to WrestleMania.
Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. The Royal Rumble disaster.
Okay, before he explained the Royal Rumble, yes, the Royal Rumble one. I think the most people hate the Royal Rumble because, like, number one, the women's one. And to be honest, as a wrestling fan, I feel like when uh, a superstar gets injured, especially when the superstar gets injured, and then that certain superstar currently wants to do like challenging for a world title, and then we create the story of like this wrestler coming back, this superstar who used to uh, challenging for that championship gets injured, and then we create the story of that person climbing back to the ladder, gaining momentum, and then get that champion. Like the Cody one. I think the Cody one, especially the Cody winning Royal Rumble, I think it kind of sucks that the only thing that I don't like about that booking, not just because that he lost to Roman, no, booking him in the number 30, the 30 at Royal Rumble 2023. I think that's, to me, if I'm being honest, I don't like that booking or just that spot. I think he should be in the number 20 or number 12, even though we already know he's coming back from that injury. I understand if we want, which is WWE, want to make sure that minimize that injury or just whatever, but I think he should be starting at least number 21 or 22 or just that 20-ish number. But the story there was great, and then losing at WrestleMania 39 at Hollywood or in LA, and then coming back and winning again. It's a cool storyline. But for the other one, especially Charlotte, just giving the silver platter and then let her win the Royal Rumble. It's just so bad. It's just bad because you pressure us, just giving like this, pushing us. Like Charlotte is like the number one girl we should always praising and then giving them chance. Like yes, because he got the Flair name, at least give her like reason why. I wouldn't mind if he the final two or the final three, but at least try something different. You cannot put her in the spot like that, just like Clark like that, and then she's going to WrestleMania. It's just kind of disappointing because I know WWE could put some random girl and then pushes her, and then like Tiffany. Tiffany is a heel, but because she got that charisma and then talent, she loved by the fans. I think we could see that to in the Royal Rumble, different star. You could give Io, especially people want Io to win because he already had that charisma, even though she doesn't speak English, uh, like amazing English. At least she got the talent in the ring. People want to see her win. But Charlotte, even though she could put, we could see her do something at WrestleMania. It's easily because he's a Flair, and then I would like to see her face Tiffany, but give her a story where she climbing back after the injury. Like it's different. Cody went away, took a shortcut, not just took a shortcut, took a long route to get that WWE champion. But Charlotte has been 14-time women's champion. Why should we give her the plate again? Should be climbing back. But okay, let's see what WrestleMania had to say.
2025 Royal Rumble didn't go the way WWE intended. WWE decided to book Jey Uso to win the men's matchup, and this was a decision that received widespread criticism.
Now, if I'm being honest, this is a good decision. I don't care what people said. I think this is different. I know he faced Gunther in Saturday main event, and the match wasn't that great, especially on the Gunther versus Gunther. Gunther is like the five-star matchmaker, and the match is boring because Jay had limited bag. I understand that, but I think this is a good decision because it feels like we never get that like unpredictable moment. It's like in this Triple H era. I want John Cena to win or CM Punk to win, but it's like it's predictable. Especially I want John Cena to wrestle. I don't want to see John Cena win and then he left shooting film somewhere and we didn't get to see that man wrestle. At least the this booking is correct because I want to see John Cena wrestle, especially in Elimination Chamber. It would be banger match. This decision is not bad. It isn't. It's a okay decision, but I hope WWE let him do something different. I don't want to see him doing spear, super kick, and then splash, and that's it. Yes, I think Triple H should book him where he gave him like a lot of moves. But yeah, let's listen again. All right.
Fans jumped to social media to share their disdain over the booking, and the YouTube dislikes spoke
Yeah, that's bad, but who cares about IWC said? I enjoyed it though, but not because I didn't expect it Jay to win, but it's a good booking
for themselves.
overall.
Ultimately, this negative reaction didn't extend to the live crowds as Jay
Yep.
had remained insanely over, but
Yeah.
fans are still questioning if
Like Jeff Hardy back in the 2000. Yeah, Jeff Hardy like it's different. Like Jeff and Jay is totally different guy. But Jeff, yeah, is more talented than Jay. I wish that back in those days, Jeff should take this seriously. Maybe we could have gotten more Jeff Hardy in WWE instead of he's doing great in TNA. Yeah, this match is again. I hope it's Jay put a lot of work because Gunther is like amazing wrestler and ring general. So I don't want to see him do a lot bunch of super kick. Please, jeez.
If Jay wrestling for the world title at WrestleMania 41 is the right call. When it comes to Charlotte Flair, her win has been a total train wreck.
Yep. And then he came with the baby face kind of character, which is people didn't like. Yeah, because I know, I think there's a rumor that Triple H has been planning this for a long time before she got. I, I don't know, it's before or after getting injured. I think it's after. I don't know. Um, just why? You could put someone other than Charlotte. Charlotte can do something different. She can do an, I don't know, chase a Intercontinental Champion or the Women's United States Champion. Will be something different, like the Roman Reign type defensive when he getting booed a lot, and then he went for the Intercontinental Champion or the United States Champion. I think it would be fine if I'm being honest, but yeah, this decision is terrible, really really terrible.
Flair would win the match, and similarly to Jay, fans let their voices be heard by disliking official YouTube videos related
Yep,
to a
she
win.
deserved that.
Hell, even a press conference got bombed with dislikes. But
Mm-hmm.
unlike Jay, the fan resentment towards the booking move carried over to television, as during a supposedly babyface promo on Raw, Flair was heavily
Yeah, after that conference or that Rumble match, I think WWE should pivot to the fans and then make Charlotte heel, but they didn't, and then the SmackDown one, then WWE pivot and then she pivot to being heel, but it's kind of too late with that.
booed. What Flair's win shows is a total disconnect between WWE Creative and the fans.
Yep,
WWE Creative assumed that Flair returning and being the same brash
and I don't understand why Rhea in that spot. I think when that Rumble win happened, and then we went to backstage, and then is it Caddy Kelly or Jackie interviewed both uh Tiffany and Rhea. Rhea left, and then this happened. Like, come on, should have he should Rhea should have stayed in the backstage if I'm being honest.
arrogant character would translate well and make fans finally root for her. Whilst Flair did return from an injury, she
Mm-hmm.
returned and instantly won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's like different. I know someone comparing her to Cody, but Cody different, really different, different thing. Like Cody again left WWE and then reinvent himself and then came back and then got injured but still wrestling that amazing Hell in the Cell match with Seth Rollins and then take a break and then went to Royal Rumble and then and I don't like how they put him on the 30th number 30. I don't like that at all. But hey, but still for again from Charlotte, this is different, really different.
Where was the adversity?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the character struggle that's been so present with
Yep.
top babyfaces such as Cody Rhodes and LA Knight?
Yeah.
Now, it was reported this week that WWE may be switching up the planned Flair versus Tiffany Stratton matchup at WrestleMania 40.
And I think Tiffany wants that dream match with Charlotte, so I wouldn't mind, but hopefully if this is happening at WrestleMania, let Tiffany win. I don't want Charlotte win those and then brag a lot. But I don't know, with how story went right now, I don't know. Hopefully after this, Charlotte should win back to mid card, if I'm being honest. Mid card. Chase the United States, make that prestigiable, make that title prestige, like the Miz in 2016, like the women's in SmackDown, it's United States, yeah. Make United States women's United States champion is the most prestigious title in the women's division. It would be cool, but let's see how this goes now. I really don't know.
41. And whilst these initial plans were to see Flair enter the match as the heroic babyface, this has now changed, and Flair will walk into the show as a heel. Now, this is the
Yep.
right move for WWE to make, but this is something that could have
Yeah,
been
but
avoided
kind of too
if
late if I'm being
WWE
honest.
just presented Flair as a heel from the moment she
Mm-hmm.
returned. The
That's a fact.
releases, and the resentment towards
Yeah, the releases one. Oh boy. I talked this before, like they could use this talent in both SmackDown and Raw, but they could put this roster back to NXT. Just the veteran goes to NXT, just help the young talent. But like currently, I think Bailey went to NXT and got defeated by Cora Jade. Well, like that's cool, but I don't know. Put Bailey on the mid card title. Why we're going back like those days when the Intercontinental and United States didn't get booked or just didn't get defended at PLEs, because those a lot of PLEs just for like the special occasion, like one on one, the women's champion, the world champion, like rarely, rarely WWE put the Intercontinental. I know the recent one is I think Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Champion, but Shinsuke Nakamura, where is he? By the way, it's like it's annoying.
WWE following the Royal Rumble continued, as it would announce a range of names that have been
Yep.
released from the company. Now, these names range from the Good Brothers to Blair Davenport, and
Mm-hmm.
whilst hardly any of these names were used
Yeah, OEOP man, kind of disappointed. I know they got bad history with some wrestle because they didn't pay when they make like a wrestling promotion, like a wrestling event, and they didn't pay them. But like Blair should be like have 4 matches, 4 matches, no 4 matches. Like come on, she could do something different in that SmackDown roster. And for the Good Brothers, I think Carl was injured and then they fired him. Like come on, that's disrespectful.
on television, cutting talent when the company is
Yeah,
firing
this
on
one
all
doesn't
cylinders
make any
isn't
sense too.
great for morale. Especially after it was reported by Dr. Chris Featherstone that talent were caught off guard from the recent string of releases,
Yep.
especially since most of them were recently on television or scheduled to receive more.
Yeah, for the Isla Dawn. Like, come on, she like couple months ago was a tag team champion and then you let her go. It just doesn't make any freaking sense, dude.
Exposure. WWE going from actively bragging about attendance records
Yep.
and gate revenue to releasing a bunch of wrestlers
This one like it's, it's been like couple almost like a decade if I'm being honest. Like Cedric is already one of the greatest talent that WWE never utilized. Like he's like Sheldon 2.0. Never been utilized, never do something. He's been on the catering like the past like almost a decade, 6 years. He debuted back in 2015-16 during that Cruiserweight Classic era. This this guy had so much talent, but WWE never put him in that um cases of like he could be the next United States Intercontinental. This man so good. Now he got released. Hopefully he joined that Hurt Syndicate. Will be cool. And we going to see him do his thing in AEW. Hopefully, hopefully. I don't trust Tony Khan either.
is an odd juxtaposition, and one that just doesn't paint WWE in the best light.
Oh yeah, he was in tag team with Javon in NXT, which is I don't understand, man.
WWE would also release a talent whilst they were injured, as
Yep,
Carl
this one
Anderson
is
is on the injured
effed up.
list. And despite this, WWE made the rare move to release him from.
If you don't know what to, I think you can still have Luke with AJ Styles. Can do tag team with him. Like Come on, there's so much idea, man. That,
from his contract. This is something that WWE quite rightly should avoid, but the policy is now gone out of the window. In relation to why these names were released, it was reported that WWE was going to shake up the roster and move people up from NXT.
yeah, this one. I think it's terrible if you take a lot of. You take some talent from NXT. Carmelo Hayes, Braun, like two biggest stars in NXT. You took Blair Davenport. I think she should have stayed in NXT. She could do something in there, but you fire her and do nothing in SmackDown. You kept the same like a feud, like couple different weeks, same feud. Like come on, it's like Vince McMahon all over again. Vince McMahon booking all over again. It's just ugh.
Whilst it sounds great on paper, annihilating the roster of an already struggling NXT brand isn't the smartest move in the world. The NXT creative team has been notably having a difficult task in finding names for the top of the men's division,
Yeah,
and they're even using Austin Theory.
yeah. They they currently trying to challenge Obafemi for that NXT title. Both of them, I think. It's just why can you do that with certain stars? I think, especially Good Brothers was in NXT like months ago. If you don't know, if you like don't know what the heck you're doing, at least use Gallows to do something. She's a decent wrestler, I think. Don't watch a lot of Luke Gallows match, but I think you could put him with CM Punk or All I Care. For All I Care, yeah, they had history, so I don't know.
And Grayson Waller. Since SmackDown is officially a 3-hour product and
Yeah,
releasing names whilst the 3-hour format is already stale is just confusing and bewildering.
yeah, yeah. The thing that I hate about this era is just the same stuff. Currently, Cody Rhodes doing a feud with the Bloodline again. Like, come on, guys! There's so much talent. I know it's you could do a random match. At least you can have a different type of match. And then the only thing that I don't like about the Triple H era is just we cannot breathe. Like after one another feud start, and then we have to do the another match with the same guys, and then after that the final conclusion. Like the three-part series is cool, but can we let that breathe like for like a month or two? Let them do something different, and then if we feel like they ready or just one of them ready, we can put them back together for that one special occasion, and then we can uh put light the fire again about the feud again. But hey, we're going to do the same thing again. It's just to me, I don't like it at all. Even though like Drew versus CM Punk is a good feud, I don't like where they have to put it again and again, like do the three series, like the three part the trilogy, just like that fast and quick, and then end it in the bad blood. I think we should have those like moment, like give space. But it happened. One of the greatest feud ever. But I feel like we could have space on that period when they do the feud.
Wouldn't it make more sense to use some of the names such as Cedric
Yep.
Alexander and Isla Dawn for roles on the Blue brand?
Mhm.
In relation to Dawn, she was literally one half of the women's tag team
Yeah.
champions last summer, and now she's unemployed, despite WWE having hardly any teams within the women's division.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
It just don't make any sense at all. You have tag team division in. Yes, I know there's a lot of wrestling titles, but at least give them something to do instead of like give them feuds, give a story while you can cook a different match or different feud along the way. I think the championship is the most important thing, and then you feel like, nah, we're gonna have to defend those title like once a 3 months or something. This is Don't get that shit at all.
Add up and fans are demanding answers. The booking of WrestleMania 41. Now we're under 10
Now, the booking one, okay, the with Gunther, Jay is official. Now the other, there's so many things. The recent episode of Raw saw CM Punk and Logan Paul kind of feuding, which people don't want to see that. It would be cool in the future. Like I want to see that happening because Logan can wrestle, even though I don't like that man at all. I don't respect him, but the only give a little respect with him just wrestling, pure wrestling. But yeah, the booking hopefully with I don't know, hopefully Rock return and we could see Roman against The Rock, but it's not going to happen because I don't know if it's going to happen, but I don't know. Let's see again.
weeks away from the biggest show of the year, and as things stand, things are looking a bit bleak. A few months ago, it seemed like a given that names such as The Rock would be featured on the show, and it also appeared that the top matches would include John Cena vs. Gunther and potentially CM Punk vs. Seth Rollins. WWE have since decided to rip this WrestleMania card to pieces, and the only match that is currently destined for the show is Gunther vs. Jey Uso, a match that was featured on Saturday night's main event just 3 weeks ago. One of the names that fans wanted to see featured at Mania was Io Sky.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, I feel like could have get something different this year, and how they stretch a lot of feuds, especially with Rhea and Liv. That feud should have ended uh, months ago, but stick to it. I want to see Io defeating Rhea. Hopefully, I love Rhea, but I think Io should could be good, good contender for that women's champion, but women's world champion. I mean, then yeah, the feud with the Gunther one feels like yeah, and the match wasn't it. I don't see the full match. I see the ending where Jay trying to spear Gunther and then he reversed it into powerbomb, which is cool visual. But yeah, feels like this story could be better, or this match could be better, should be better. Let's listen again.
That was featured on Saturday night's main event just 3 weeks ago. One of the names that fans wanted to see featured at Mania was Io Sky. Sky was a fan favorite to win the Women's Rumble, and when WWE decided to go with Flair as the winner, there was a hope that WWE would have Sky win the Elimination Chamber match. Currently, Sky isn't in the Chamber match, and this has led to a lot of upset from fans. This past weekend, Sky was trending on X, and this was because fans were sharing how disgruntled they were with her presentation. It was also reported coming out of the Rumble that WWE would be building towards a Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair match.
Now, this had a lot of potential. I want to see them wrestle, but I don't want to. To me, if I'm being honest, I don't want to see this match happen this year's WrestleMania. But if this would be this I don't know what to say, man. I'm starstruck because these two could put a banger match, but at least not at least they should add Io. If this happened, they should add Io as the third man, a third girl, third woman, so we could give this feud a breather, and then we could go from there. I think we should be cool if Bianca was a heel. I know his face would be cool, but with the Jade Cargill situation happening, I don't know if Naomi was a heel or Bianca was a heel. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, to me, this match have a potential, but I don't want to see it happen at this WrestleMania.
match at Mania, and if this is the concrete creative plan WWE have, then obviously Sky won't be wrestling for the world title at WrestleMania. There also just seems to be no hype whatsoever heading into the show of shows, and WWE are struggling to move tickets, with just over 40,000 sold for each respective night. The ticket prices are
Now, whoa, yeah, I understand why you make that price higher, but come on, guys, you should have to wait at least like weeks, not before WrestleMania. I think like this like April, right? I think March should be like the definite pre-sale opening of the ticket. And how like $2,000? Like, come on, man, that's too expensive. I know it's your biggest show of the year, and then this most anticipated like show of the year. But come on, man, $2,000 and $4,000, it's too much, man. People didn't have to travel. Some like wrestling fans have to travel and they have to pay that much for like in front the front row tickets. With this, I don't know, section 30, 134 are like in the middle packed. $2,000, come on, that's too, come on, that's ridiculous. Yeah, come on. If you in that ring like especially section of F4, $4,000 is still expensive, but $2,000 should be it if I'm being honest. But yeah, this isn't good if I'm being honest, especially with the hype and everything. Like, come on, you have a new era. At least stay humble, eh? The words of Erling Haaland. Stay humble, man. I know you're on fire, but come on, man, come on.
through the roof, and WWE are simply relying on the product being supposedly hot to convince fans to make a once in a lifetime purchase. But this isn't going to happen this year. What WWE needs to do is focus on building a compelling WrestleMania card, and they need to give fans a WrestleMania card that warrants the significant price tag. Currently, WWE are taking the passion and love from the fans for granted, and this could lead to major problems.
Yeah, we love pro wrestling. Pro wrestling love is back. The love of pro wrestling is back. Whatever you calling it. But I think yeah, I think they took us for granted. Do you know what happened at last year WrestleMania, just the 2024? It was beautiful because it's like feels like yes, wrestling is back. The new era should be been better, but it's just been like in mid territory because the story wasn't it, or just uh like the world champion faces like the same people couple of times instead of like bring the new challenger. We could see maybe a champion versus champion exhibition match before we getting the new feud for the world champion. Insert new people for the world champion or the old one at least. I want to see Randy versus Cody Rhodes. It didn't happen. We could see maybe Jay versus Cody, but it didn't happen. We should have this feud happen, but it didn't happen. Which instead they chose someone, the same people all over again, which is really suck.
So what is going on with the product? One of the things that's missing from the WWE product right now is an edge. The hype following the Netflix launch has died.
Yeah. This one is like really the one when they said that the product is going to be like still a little bit PG, but they didn't censor like the crowd. Fuck, why? Just go, go, go nuts, man. Like it's the first time since Attitude Era. Like they Netflix has no restriction. Like we know it's a show, but let's come on, go edgy a little bit. Have an edge. Have people in the roster saying shit or F word like random. It's just suck if I'm being honest. Like we like PG like PG mature ish story. We have blood. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to see blood back in WWE, but I feel like WWE could have done more with the Netflix one. But it is what it is.
Down now, and we're now in the midst of a WrestleMania season with not a single compelling story on either respective show. Cody Rhodes looks set to once again feud with Solo Sikoa. Why WWE have taken this direction is anyone's guess.
Yeah, this one like ugh the wanna crack some balls, man. When you throw that ball outside, why we could have get new feud. We could have get Jacob versus Cody Rhodes, man. Instead, we went back one step forward. I mean, two steps backwards. Like, come on, man.
Yes, the feud between the two was without a doubt the weakest part of Rhodes' WWE title reign so far, and even though the feud climaxed in a steel cage match, WWE are going back to this again. Who is this feud for? What is the appeal?
Yes. Who's this feud for? Nobody. Nobody wants this feud. Triple H, why? If this is Swerve, then oh my god, that's gonna be cool. Solo stepped backwards and said, "Here's your opponent, Jacob Fatu." Then I'm all in. But if this not a Swerve and they stuck with Solo facing Cody, then I don't care anymore, buddy.
Wouldn't it make more sense for WWE to have spent the first portion of 2025 building up names such as Carmelo Hayes or Andrade so Rhodes had a credible opponent?
Yeah, man, I want to see Andrade. Oh yeah, Carmelo, especially Carmelo. And Cody had a story when the first time, like the first SmackDown, when Cody already won that championship. With story, Cody facing Carmelo. We could lead up their feud again. We can going back to that feud again. Like Carmelo after a lot of losses and said, "Hey, I want to challenge," and then Cody just accepted. Like, it does. Is it matter if it just is it good? If I'm being honest, no. But at least it's different. Like Cody just, hey, you won my championship. I know you're losing a lot, but who cares, man? This point, just give me some challenges. Give Andrade something, bruh. This man have been doing nothing. His last feud, if I remember, is with Dominic. The like before, and then the Carmelo Hayes, and then I don't know. It's a blur, man.
It's just nonsensical booking that alienates the audience, and as a result of the added extra hour on SmackDown, it's greatly suffered by it. Whilst this should have led to more talent getting exposure, this isn't what's happening, and WWE have made the odd move of actively moving talent such as Logan Paul and AJ Styles away from the Blue brand. The Blue brand's roster is insanely thin, and they are struggling to present new matches on a weekly basis. It's clear based on Triple H's comments that he believes that 2.5 hours is a sweet spot for a weekly television show. Booking
Yeah, I think 3 hours is too much for WWE, but I think you could add something though. You have a lot of producer backstage. You have a lot of talent there. You could do something. Give them like 10 minutes or 5 minute match. To do something. They could ask them like, can you do 5 minutes and then do a banger in 5 minutes? Let them cook. For me, just trusting your talent, especially with like the releases, the Blair, Davenport, Isla Dawn, and then I forgot her name, the other for former tech partner. You could do something. If I'm being honest, it's just
a 3-hour SmackDown with a limited roster is proving to be one of the game's most difficult tasks to date. Are talent happy backstage? And one of the main stories coming out of the Royal Rumble focused on
yeah. This one I think kind of sums it up, like with the Drew spot. But I don't think they're angry. Angry. It's just I don't know. Especially Drew and LA Knight, they are both like former tag team partners. So if they met, like I understand with that happen, especially in Royal Rumble. Like I saw Damian Priest throw Drew away, and then he just got covered by LA Knight and Logan, if I remember. Yeah, that was suck, but I don't know. See what he's talking about.
Drew McIntyre. McIntyre reportedly stormed out following the match as his elimination spot went wrong, and the former champion wasn't best pleased with the planned idea of working with Damian Priest at WrestleMania, with reports calling it a nothing match. Now, although McIntyre did calm down and was fine working with the man he had an issue with at the Rumble, that being LA Knight, McIntyre does have a strong point here. McIntyre was without a doubt the hottest.
Yeah, I think it really sucks. This man have one of the greatest feuds and then do nothing. And then you're going to put him against uh Damien again. Damien, we already done that, even though it's not that many, but at least we should be done with that feud. And then we can do something later with Damien. You could put this man on the title match, whether it's Intercontinental. You could face. We could see Braun versus Drew, if I'm being honest. And then we didn't see anything. We're just doing nothing. Yeah, that sucks. Really sucks.
The most compelling character on television in 2024, and for him to be rewarded with a nothing match with Priest on the grand stage is a bit of a spit in the face. The match won't be anywhere near the main event of either night, and the fans will struggle to care about the match itself. Fans are hoping that WWE pivots, but they're slowly becoming a company that is forced to pivot on every major call, as they lack basic understanding of what the fans really want.
Yeah, this happened with last year WrestleMania with the Cody situation. Yeah, I think when WWE pivot, things going alright, if I'm being honest, but you cannot do this every single time, man. Should have known better at this point. Especially Triple H, one of the best booker in NXT, man. They make they made NXT one of the biggest brand in WWE back in those gold, black and gold era. And now he's just doing the same thing. He's doing like the Vince McMahon way of booking, even though Vince in the back before he getting fired, doing the same thing all over again, and then cutting matches. And he did the same thing. Oh yeah, I forgot about the New Day situation. Like, what happened there? Why you cut out an angle and post it on social media? If you, it's just weird, man. What happened, Triple H? Feels like Triple H became something that we he hate. His father-in-law. But let's see. Like uh, one more minute.
There have been no other concrete reports on wrestlers being unhappy, but with the WrestleMania main events up in the air, talent being released, and Triple H seemingly making things up as he goes along, there will no doubt be an element of concern and apprehension within the WWE locker room. So has the cockiness backfired? WWE likes to pride themselves on
Yes, this one I think I don't know if it's cocky. It's just yeah. To be honest, yeah, it's kind of cocky, showing a lot of attendance, especially with AEW. Viewership went down, and then just keep showing this attendance record. Yeah, but especially back we WWE been doing this like for a long time. Um, yeah, I think with the new pro wrestling love or the love for pro wrestling is back. Like, yeah, they're getting more cocky with showing attendance, but I don't know.
setting records left, right, and center, and it's become a trend for WWE to break attendance records, and they like to even brag about setting record gates. Whilst this is all well and good, it shows that the ticket prices, though, are through the roof, and naturally making these
Yeah, Tickets went to the roof. Setting records is good, but it's going to be bad if you put the prices up, up, and up because you want more fans to show up than losing more fans. I think you should learn this from AW how they screw up a lot of stories and then choosing a different book wrong people and then people now left just not buying their ticket and don't watch the wrestling content they put out. So yeah, I think WWE should get their shit up and then uh lowering the prices and change the booking.
These kinds of announcements, then delivering a mediocre product, as well as releasing names, is a strategy that could soon catch up to WWE in a very negative manner. The expression WWE is on fire right now is used by WWE themselves, and whilst this may be the case when it comes to attendance and TV deals, right now the same couldn't be said for the fans' faith in the WWE product, and they need to act with urgency to turn things around. What do you guys think? Let us
Yeah, mostly I agree with everything that WrestleMania said. Yeah, number one, they shouldn't release talents if you don't know what they're doing. Just send them to NXT where uh, Sean is a I don't know. Is it hard to book main roster? Is it really that hard? I don't know. Is it because there's a lot of champion around? If you don't know, just ask the wrestler who they want to face. Ask them, and then you can go from there. If I'm being honest, um, especially is it because I think the special singles match or just a random tag match or just these stories is just being diluted WWE main roster for a long time, and that's why the rarely a lot of championship defenses in Raw or SmackDown. NXT doing well currently with how they book their champion, especially with the NXT have NXT Women's Champion, World Champion, North American, Women's North American Tag Team Champion who Fraction who went to TNA. Like that's really one of the best thing ever. And then Lexus King, the current what is it cup? I forgot the cup name. I think six. There's six champion. Now with WWE, how many title WWE with the world champion? Gunther, Undisputed, Cody, United States Nakamura, Shinsuke Nakamura, Intercontinental Braun Breaker. Tag team champion is currently Naomi and Bianca, who's supposed to be Jade, but she got injured. Then Women's United States champion, who's a Chelsea. Women's Intercontinental champion Lyra Valkyria. Tag team champion DIY. And then the Raw Tag Team Champion or Raiders. There's nine, I think. Nine champion. Yes, there's a lot, but at least, man, try. If you, if I'm being honest, if you book like the champions first, like they're the most important thing, and then you can add a little bit singles feud there, one in there, one at a time. But they didn't utilize that. So yeah, I think number one, fix their booking, put championship up front, give us like open chance again, at least calling challenge, like the champion calling someone, like John Cena open chance, like random wrestler, but the calling chance, like this wrestler, the champion calling certain wrestler for do a random match, it would be cool. But yeah, I think that's a good video from WrestleMania. I think WWE should do what I said, if I'm being honest. Like, do these open challenges, a calling challenge, have a different opponent, even though it's random or doesn't make any sense. At least do something like different, even though it doesn't make any sense. So we have a different type of match instead of doing the same thing, like the definition of insanity. But I think it's a good video. Shout out to WrestleMania. A link of this video is going to be in the description. Thank you so much. And that's it.